gearing up here for a little guitar warm-up. And I'm just going to throw the guitar this strap over my shoulder so that we can get ready to rumble. Get ready to rumble, so to speak. So let's go ahead and do that now. And I hope you had a good day yesterday. I legitimately, honest to goodness, hope you had a wonderful day yesterday. I think I'm going to put something in the live chat. M. Fish, good morning. Let's go ahead and, let's see. Let's do this later. And let's see if I can share something here. Good morning. I hope you had a good day yesterday. How are things going with the guitar, Mike? Rewaz, good morning. Rewaz in the house. Yes, I've been seeing your comments on videos. I'm very, very, very excited to see those things. And they're so, I guess appreciated is what I would say. They're appreciated. And I just wanted you to know that. So thank you. Very excited. Hey, look at that. And I get a chance to hear myself say what I just said. So if you haven't yet grabbed the PDF binder, here's the free one that you want. This is your free download. Greg, good morning. Good morning, Greg. And this is the free guitar lesson, basically. But you're going to want this. If you don't have it yet, you're definitely going to guitar leasing. Oh, let's get rid of that one. And let's try that again. Free download. Let's try that, see what that does. And we'll paste it. I'm going to share this with you one more time, see if we can get it right. Pin the message so it's stuck there. Now you can download it at your whim. It's free. I've been working on a job for the last month, so not a whole lot of free time. This weekend will be my first day off in a while. Guitar time has been limited but not forgotten. Amen, brother. Amen. Rewaz, good morning. I'm Fish. Robbie, we are sans Mr. Haas today, so we may need another moderator for the live chat for Fridays for a few weeks or whatever. So while he's vacationing or whatever he's doing, whatever he's up to. But I know he comes and watches these sessions later on during the day, and so maybe we could all just say good morning, Kevin, and thank you for being a wonderful guitar player with us here, and for all of the time that you spend making the world a better place. So, without sounding too awful hokey, we'll go ahead and use this as an opportunity to just go ahead and thank ourselves for being here as well, because it's a little cold. It is a little cold, but I've got my old vest on, so I just realized I've got some really old clothes. You know, some of my clothing is older than, you know, some of my children. Both of my children. I have this really cool, like, River Driver double-lined shirt that's just a really great, you know, sort of like it's a button-up, but it's a great base insulating layer. And I just realized I've had that shirt for a long, long time. And just because something's old and doesn't necessarily mean it's in the way. All right, so let's go ahead and start with something just kind of fun. I was singing, what is that? The old Crow Medicine show, JD. Who else does this song? It's the singer from Hootie and the Blowfish. Darius, is it Darius? Mr. Rucker plays it. was singing this morning, and I realized, I asked my wife, why am I singing this morning? Why is this in my head? And she said, well, I was listening to it on my phone for a few minutes, and just that little moment, it just got in there, and it just kind of worked its way. So I'm thinking like in terms of, and then I'm trying to think about like how the song would work if I was just to play the chords, you know, play a single note line and just outline the chords as we go. So that's the kind of stuff that I like to do. You might hear me whistling a song or singing a song, but it's frequently playing over the chord changes. And then well, anyways, we'll come back to that. And it's fun to play those songs that we know and love so well. Let's try this. Let's try this one real quick. Oh, I guess I have to type it. Let's start it. Let's do it. And we'll place that up here somewhere so that we're not too awful offended by it. So we have good morning. It's a small but mighty crew this morning. Riwaz is here, a little cold, a little chilly. I had to pull the docks and winterize this weekend. Brr. Hey, we definitely understand that. Yeah, we've got that. We pull a few, a little dust on the bottle. Oh, Raul's joined us again this morning. What a treat. What a treat, man. It's so great to see you. These guitar players who show up from all over the world, it's just amazing to me, you know. All right, I have limited time. That's what I play. I like single note picking. Trying to anyway. That's good. That's good. I know that you mentioned that before, my M Fish. Lex is in the house. Yeah, we've got some bean rolling. It's the mocha pot this morning for us, and it's just the black sort of mocha pot, and it's really great little espresso, stovetop espresso. Bro, can you play Mary? Did you know? Oh man, that's a great question. You know, oh man, you're killing me now. That's I think there's some minor pentatonic, harmonic minor in that particular arrangement, right? You know, are you into the, you know, sort of the beatboxing? I remember when it was starting, I was in music university, and one of the when I founded a music school and directed a music conservatory for a while. We had one of the first beatboxers in the area sort of working with us, and just a great, he'd make all these like little whistles and grunts, and he was a pro. He's like played jazz at Lincoln Center, you know what I mean? He's like professional, like real top of the line kind of person. And I remember those things being really important, you know, as you're, you know, working through your rhythmic game. So we could start that today. So let's go ahead and start working while we work through our warm-up. So this is actually why we're here. This is my honest to goodness morning ritual for guitar growth. And if you like the free PDF binder, you can download it. It's linked in the live chat right on the bottom of the channel. So it's a free download. You're going to need it, so go ahead and get it. It's free for you, and join the family. Join the family. It's free to join, and let's pick it up. So we're starting with doon, cat, doon, cat, doon, or we'll start with a kick drum. So we just say the word doon, doon, D-O-O-N, doon, and you can shape that however you like. Doon, 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 and then that that T sound is the hi-hat, closed hi-hat, and then is the typical sound for the snare drum. So doon, 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 doon. And you can really, you're gonna have to figure out how to breathe through your nose and all kinds of things. But let's start, maybe I'll start with just the doon. And we have, of course, the metronome is working with us already, so we'll get started. And we'll come. I'll have to work out an arrangement. Why don't we work out an arrangement of that for this Christmas season, right? So, oh, we can create a really cool arrangement around this, man. Thank you very much for asking. Who was that? Who asked that question? Who was like, play Mary? Mary, did you know? Let's go back and figure this out. Just a note to let you know, I've seen chord chemistry more frequently. I've seen chord chemistry more frequently. Oh, that's cool feedback. Here I am trying to use my... Just to let you know, I've seen chord chemistry more frequently on YouTube. Oh, Greg. Yeah, awesome, Greg. That's great to hear, man. That's really why we're here, of course, is to better ourselves so that we can approach all of these full finger patterns through the Ted Green support. Yeah, that's right. And been working on a job. Very cool. Good morning. Good morning. Robbie has a little cold. Okay, just let's bear with me just one moment and we'll get started if I have time. That's what I play. Oh yeah, good. All right, so Judith Gregory. All right, Judith Gregory, thank you very much. Please sing the song also. And I think that's it. All right, I think we're caught up. Your voice is so good, sir. Hey, you know, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Mary, did you know? This is going to take a little bit of doing there because you have to find your range. When you're singing a tune, we've got to work on finding our range. So that's where this capo comes in. You know, if you're interested, we can learn a little bit more about a capo. I've got a beautiful capo video coming up through G7th. I don't know if you know the capo company, but they sent over a capo, and it's an 18 karat Performance 3, and it's just like, I thought a capo was a capo was a capo, and this thing is just amazing. It's an amazing piece of gear. So we'll talk about that. But here's what I would do is I think about A minor, and then G, and then F, and then G, and then back to A minor, and then back to G, and then And then I think, did you know? Oh, there it is. Oh yeah, we're gonna have some fun with that arrangement. I can already tell, and it's one that it lives on our record players. I've got a record player in the house because I like intentional listening and not just. I really like to just put the thing on. I love to put the Apple Music playlist on and just let it rip for hours and hours and hours on end. But I also really love, like one of the things I also really love is just to kind of like sit down and listen intentionally to a song and then have that just go, 15 minutes and then have to get up and flip the side. So there's no substitution. Plus the grandkids, the kids all love it. They all love sitting on the leather sofas and then listening to the quality sound of an album just turning by. So thank you for bringing up Mary Did You Know. That's definitely going to become a tutorial on this channel very soon. We're going to prioritize that to the top of the heap because it's such a great song. We all probably should know how to play it, or at least some sort of facsimile thereof. So let's go ahead and start with the Dune Ka. And I'm using fingers 3 and 4, and I'm just kind of walking up and down my own. This is like my legit, morning ritual for guitar growth. So fingers 1, E, and 2, we're using metronome at 60 beats per minute, and we're using fingers 2 and 3, and then 1 E and a 2 E and a T, 4 tacks for B, go. And we're going to use, on every downbeat, we're going to just say doon, doon, and then doon, and then doon, doon, doon. And then you can shape your guitar playing around the syllables that you're saying. This is super helpful. Maybe you show up to an open mic and you do a little beatboxing and you're kind of like rhythmically accompanying yourself. That could be kind of a fun little thing to do, to build a nice little arrangement of, I'm so glad that you brought this up. You raised this beautiful question this morning. Doon, ka, doon, ka, doon, ka. And you can let the bass, the kick drum kind of ring as long as you want. It could be a nice loosely tuned or tight. It could be a felt beater or a plastic beater, whether you're playing on an old Ludwig or a DW beater. Doon, ka, doon, ka, doon, ka, doon, ka. And then you could enter the hi-hat. Just a, yeah, right. Almost like that kind of sound. Good morning, Jill. You walked into some craziness this morning, so we're just getting we started on time, but we've been really talking all over the place. We're adding some beatboxing for our rhythmic friends here. So we've got this doon, ka, and then in between each doon and ka. Doon is on 1 and ka is on 2. Ka, doon. So we're going to tune up the tone here. Ka, doon, ka, doon, ka, doon, ka, doon, tss, ka, tss, 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 And if you know beatboxers who can do that and then keep it moving and breathe at the same time and not pass out, I have a really great friend who's a really great. He used to work at this. Used to work with us at the conservatory I founded in a previous lifetime, and he's done some work with jazz at Lincoln Center, and I was sharing that earlier. Like he's a fairly accomplished human, and just for some reason the Pentatonix came up this morning. I think it was you did, right? You did it, right? And requested What was the name of the song again? I subscribe. You please sing and record the song in your voice on YouTube and share me the link. I am sure it will be a blast of a hit. Oh man, what a great thing to hear. You know, what a beautiful song. I haven't really played the song before, so I'm just going to have to wrap my head around it a little bit. I'm just going on what kind of, I have a tonal memory. We all have that tonal memory, so let's go ahead and start with fingers 1 and 2, and we'll continue our warm-up, although we're on the backbeat. But we all have this tonal memory, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that while we have this up on the slate. So the tonal memory is something that, like you know, any other muscle memory, we can develop it. We can nurture it, or we can just let it atrophy and not, you know, we could develop it for a period of time and then neglect it, and it is a perishable skill. So it's something that we must continue to maintain, develop and maintain at the same time. And we can develop it to a very, very high level of understanding. I've heard, you know, and then it's worth doing. So one thing the tonal memory is allowing me to do, at least a very little bit this morning, is take the memory that I have of the song "Mary Did You Know" by Pentatonix and start to break it down. Start to break it down into like little, you know, the little like melodic fragments, and I can play those on the guitar only because I've done a whole lot of ear training in my brief time on this planet. And you spend 3 months doing anything, you can get pretty good at it, right? 3 hours a day for 3 months, you know, like a semester. You can get pretty good at it, pretty decent at anything, right? So it's not like a big ask, but it is something that we need to sit down and do, you know, ear training, right? So if you want to follow up on that, we can do that. So fingers 2 and 4 on 9 and 12, 1 E and a 2 E and a, you know what to do. So Mark's looking at this in the evening, so he's got the evening handle of the morning ritual, and so we could all say hello to Kevin and Mark. That would be great. 2 live chatters that are usually here, but they're otherwise displaced, otherwise engaged. And so when they come back to rewatch this, it would be just really cool for them to see the gang just saying hello and, you know, sending them, can't wait for you to be back in the live chat with us, where you belong. All right, so we've got fingers 2 and 4, and hey, TJ's in the house. TJ, you know what? Are you still here, TJ? Nice job, Jill. Are you still here, TJ? I just forgot. You pinched out, you squeezed in a super chat yesterday as we were closing up shop, and I really appreciate that super chat. Every little bit helps keep the lights on, my friend. And I really do appreciate this. I really do. You know, I can't tell you enough. Like, every little penny matters. It all matters so much. And then it's that little bit of affirmation, you know, it's really cool. So thank you again. I don't want to go rambling on about it, but super thing to do, you know, I really appreciate it. So I see that you had a couple comments previous to this, so what I'll do is come back and look at that. I've got to keep my head on the metronome. I feel like I'm not doing the doom. 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 Ka. Doom. Ka. Doom. Ka. Doom. Ka. Doom. Ka. Doom. Doom. Ka. Doom. Ka. Doom. You can really start working on your basic kick drum, snare sounds, and hi-hat sounds. Doom, your version of doom. hi-hat and is, you're just thinking about a Roland 808, you know what I mean? Like a program drum sound, or what a snare drum would sound like. There's that high attack with the and so just check it out. Have some fun with it, just I don't know if you do it a whole lot with other people around to get started, but I know it's worth checking out. All right. Good morning, TJ. Here we go. Official good morning. We're finally getting to the progression part of chord chemistry. Super exciting. Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we're here because of chord chemistry. I thought, getting through section 8, you've been through the whole thing with us, TJ. And getting through section 8, let's go ahead and get this fingers 1 and 4 going first, 7 and 12. So we can be working and talking. We want to whistle while we work, right? But I remember going through section 8 of the book, part 9. It was like we went through the alphabet twice, 2.5 times or something like. A lot of episodes covering all of those chord charts, and I had people texting me and emailing me, "What are you doing? This isn't what Ted meant for you to do." And I'm like, okay, so Ted wrote down all of those chords, just for the heck of it, just so he could just have them sit there and do nothing like so many of us do. We get through page 11 and then we hang up the book forever. Maybe we'll revisit it once every decade and be like, oh yeah, that's right, headache. And I always thought I wanted to be, I know I've been through the book in music school with Gary Whitner, and Tom Hoffman and those guys, and some people in Leeds. But I think the idea is it's just such a huge concept that it can be overwhelming. But to go through it and say that we've played every single chord reference chart that he wrote is really remarkable. Now we can reflect on our favorites. We can come back and collect all of the pieces that we kind of maybe are starting to kind of swirl around in there, and we're starting to realize that, oh, there's motion in these chords. They're not all static. They don't all live in a vacuum, right? I just wanted to get fingers 1 and 3 one more time. They don't live in a vacuum, and it is a great opportunity to just sort of say that we literally played every single chord, I think, without exception. Maybe we overlooked 1 or 2 here along the way, but we basically did every single thing. And for that, I'm proud and I'm pleased, and I hope Mr. Green's pleased. Let's go ahead and just skip over to the 1, 2, 3, 4. We're at the top of the hour. We've got to start doing this. 1 E and a 2, T E and a 4 E and a doot. On a microphone and put a little reverb and compression on your voice, that beatbox sounds amazing. Let me just tell you what, I'll run through my Apogee Symphony, my Apogee Symphony converters, and I line in a Shure, like an SM57 or a 58, or something like that, an RE20 or something like that, and then just get a little bit of the, a wee bit of the, I like to put a Pultec on it and get the Pultec. I don't know if you know what the Pultecs are yet, but you bring up the bass and you can EQ it a little bit for it to sound really good and crispy and clean and big and fat and rich. And it's really a super rewarding thing to be part of, is that beatbox. And just to know how to do that, so that if you wanted to, you could communicate a groove, help to translate a groove to a drummer friend who's trying to understand what it is you're trying to share. So knowing a little bit about how to do the drum speak in the way of beatboxing, you know, basic fundamental beatbox is great. Play it, die, Antword. Good morning. Boring toast, I love it. I'm from India and I'm also a singer and a keyboardist too. But this song really touched my heart. Amen, brother. Amen. It's a great one. It's a beauty. And it's so well recorded, isn't it? In and out. Happy picking. All right, Mark, are you out of here? I hope you have a super day, man. Great to have you here with us, and we'll see you again very soon, my friend. Keep those comments coming on the video on demand, the VODs. That's good. 1E. Oh, listen to Mark. Mark's a really smart guy. He knows what he's talking about. Smash that like button. Go ahead, give it a smash. Let's see this. Let's go ahead and show that because we want that shown. Very cool, Mark. You have a good day, man. Yeah. Smash the like button. Smash it hard. Okay, here we go. So 1E and 2, we're stretching out the 4th finger, and 1, 9, 10, 11, and 14. 13. You could do 14 if you want. You know, why not? It gives you that access to what we are going to eventually practice as the harmonic minor. The harmonic minor scale does use that 3-fret stretch, so it will eventually creep into our morning ritual for guitar growth, warm-up. And if you don't yet have the free download, there is a download in the live chat where you can go freely download this. It's like a 10-page binder, and it gets us through all of the exercises in tablature. And it's a very welcoming manual so that you can, you know, kind of join us in what we're doing in the morning ritual for guitar growth. I would check it out. You know, I would just keep working it, you know, just get it. You're going to need it. You know you're going to need it. You know that you want to play the guitar and you want to, you know, basically live the life, the guitar life of your dreams. And I know this is a good way of doing it. I know this is a good, honest, clean approach to the guitar life. Yeah, that's right. Pretty serious, pretty simple. You know, nothing too complicated, but it is something that you're definitely going to want in hand, especially as we start to tune up our goal systems for 2026. You all know that this has been an amazing 2025. It's my 50th year, and it's a really great opportunity to just be playing the guitar together and spending down some seat time with the guitar on our own free will and accord. So let's go ahead and get into the kickstand exercise. And this kickstand exercise is nicknamed by none other than Jill Bourgeois. I forget the story, but Mrs. Bourgeois, Jill Bourgeois is a guitar builder, and she built a guitar recently and named it kickstand. So this is actually I guess it's a famous guitar and a famous nickname for an exercise that's existing since from time immemorial. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of that. I bought my first guitar yesterday to learn, and in search of a let's try this one. An artist you think everyone should listen to at least once. Let's go ahead and get some of these answers going. That's exciting. In search of a teacher, and I see I found you, sir. Watching you playing encourages me more. I hope to play. I can play 5% as you play. Oh yeah, easily you can do this. Easily. So fingers 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Let's move this up here a little bit. And we're going to kick that first finger back. that's the trick, right? That's the trick, is the kickback, right? So the kick, we're getting that first finger, just stretch it back. And I'm on the other lap so I don't get a workplace injury. 1 E and a 2 E and a T E and a 4. Doom. Doom. Got to figure out how to make those syllables. One of these things that he was talking about is he is able to breathe and continue the continuity of tone, you know, so being able to breathe and beatbox at the same time is super important, you know. I think especially for longitudinal approaches, you know, we don't want to interrupt our cardiovascular system too much. We want to keep that pretty fairly consistent. Consistent. I know it sounds plain if I don't beatbox along with my morning ritual. So, doom. Oh, when you play triplets over your binaries, it gets a little bit interesting. But you can do it. You can do it. You just witnessed me do it. So if I can do it, you can do it too. All right. Matteo Mancuso. Very cool. I think you are correct there, Matteo, Mr. Mancuso, young Master Mancuso. What a beautifully bright young fellow. Got a great guitar fellow. You got that. All right, so let's go ahead and start with the alternate. We're going for the diagonal pattern. Robbie, have a great weekend. Have to go to work. Oh, time to make the dance. Robbie, have a super day, my friend. Have a super weekend. We'll see you. We'll see you tomorrow. Keep an eye out for the Ted Green stuff coming this weekend. And I'll look forward to seeing you again. Happy Friday, friend. I think, do any of you use like Logic Pro? Are any of you Mac users? Do you have like GarageBand or Logic Pro or anything like that? I'm thinking about getting together like a backing track that we can all solo practice our single note, because I have another series coming. I can't disclose exactly what it is, but we'll want to learn how to play over some chord changes and that kind of stuff. So we'll keep an eye out for that. But if you're a new guitar player here, this is a great place to be. For example, Udit. You have this really cool opportunity. We all have this really great opportunity to play the guitar and warm up with the guitar. And so what I'm doing is, I had never seen anybody, I don't know if Udit's still here or not, but I've never seen anyone, I've always heard teachers, myself included, recommend that you warm up at least 5 minutes a day. And I always thought, that's great, but none of my teachers ever really took the time to warm up with me in a guitar lesson together. So I always just sort of thought, you know, it's just something everyone talks about, and some people decide to practice, and some people decide to, or warm up, and some people decide not to warm up. The same way some of us decide to play the guitar, and some of us decide not to play the guitar. But we think about it frequently, and that's okay. But what do we as guitar players do? Well, we play the guitar, we practice the guitar. So we end up doing these minor pentatonics, and this shape right here, along with all 5 of these shapes, is in this free download. It's the download in the link here in the live chat. You can get it for free, and you can download it and learn all of these shapes, all of these scales, whether you're a beginner or an intermediate guitar player or advancing guitar player. We do these warm-ups because I really wanted to see, I do this an hour a day every weekday morning at 7:30 a.m. Eastern Time. I really wanted to see what kind of benefits, how do we benefit by sitting down and warming up with the guitar for 260 hours a year. What does it improve? Does it improve my posture? Does it improve my breathing? Does it improve my mental capacity, my neuroplasticity, my melodic engine, what does it improve? How does it improve our lives? Because I'm assuming 260 hours, if you multiply that by, I don't know, what are you worth? Let's say $50 an hour, you know, or let's say, for the sake of easy math, $30 an hour. Let's say, you know, so that's, you know, almost, what is that, 6,000? It's a lot of money. It's a lot, it transfers and translates into a lot of value, right? So that time that we spend, in my mind, it better be worth something, you know? And what is it worth? Are we a little closer to our God? Are we a little, you know, stronger in our faith? Are we a little bit more resilient? You know, are we a better, more, you know, a better listening spouse? Are we a better, you know, community member? Are we better at guitar? Imagine that. You know, so I've never seen anyone go the whole distance and actually say, yeah, this is what I gained from warming up every day for one whole year. So that's what we're going to get out of this, a big takeaway. All right, just enough to fill the tank and buy some eggs. Love it. Yeah, right on, man. Here we go. So shape number 3, and then we're going to get into some more. We're finishing up the week where we've been talking about triads and how we can use these triads as expansive tools once again in a different way, in a different approach. We're using these to find our way around the neck, but also to illustrate the chord changes that might be happening behind us as we play the single note line or develop a guitar song or such. So another couple minutes, we'll shift gears and get back to that. Kit Kats, pentatonic talk. Yeah, you got it. So here we go. Pentatonic, shape number, so that was shape number 1, and then shape number 2. And then here's shape number 3. And 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, 3. 1, 4, 1, 1, 3, 1, 4, 1, 3. All right, this shape and all of the others, all of this morning ritual for guitar growth is free to download. All of the data, plus several pages of encouragement and notation and notes. Super easy to get. But go ahead and download that for yourself and jump on board. So 1 EM starting on position number 10. Blues pentatonic with the cool notes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, you're talking. Yeah. Have you heard Joe Bonamassa's new album, Breakthrough? It's like his 29th #1 album, you know what I mean? It's just but the title track, Breakthrough, is super, super cool. Like isn't it funny how you listen to something and you're like, oh yeah, it's super simple to play, and then, oh yeah, it just sounds so natural, it sounds so normal, and it sounds like it should just exist and be simple to play on the guitar. And then you realize when you transcribe that melody, that riff, especially the first riff, that it starts like on the flat 3. It starts in a really, really interesting, an area that's not, you know, it's not like, you've got to make some decisions about how to negotiate the remainder of that lick or that riff. So it's really kind of a cool thing. Super innovative, you know. So fingers 1, we're using shape number 4 now. And we'll go ahead and parallel plane this up and down the fretboard just for a moment. And we'll maintain our good quality posture and our good quality breathing patterns, you know, in and out. So in through the nose and out through the mouth. If I hadn't dropped the Marshall amplifier on my face and my teen ears, then I could breathe better through my nose, you know what I mean? But I should get one of those, you know, nose strips that Hermosi uses, you know what I mean? It'd probably help out quite a bit. Blues pentatonic with the cool, oh, Rory Gallagher. Yeah, agreed. I love, you know, love the Gallagher. It's just such a great, you know what's funny about the blues? You know what's awesome about the blues? Is it's so approachable. Like, it's such a low barrier for entry. And I mean like lower than a snake's belly and a wagon rut low. And it take you like a lifetime to master it. We'll never reach the end. So like blues guitar is just a really great medium, and to become a practicing blues guitar player is just a real treat, a real gift, you know, because it is so approachable and it is so endless, you know, at the same time. Just a great genre in a great style, great American style. But now it's pretty well globalized. So fingers, here's shape number 5. And then we'll start to progress into our, we'll move away from our morning ritual for guitar growth warm up, and we'll start moving on to our, just sort of shifting our thought patterns, our thought process to a more like discovery-based process. Discovery-based process that will get us, it will earn us some new ground on the guitar. So that's really what we're going to do right after this. And now go twice as fast. Yeah, that's right. That's the trick, is right to get these, like, get the foundations laid, lay the foundation, and then kind of like repeat it a lot so that you don't have to think about it anymore. And then just something as simple as that, that little slur, that little slide. And then so many things to do with it. But we have arrived at a place now where we've earned a little bit of discovery-based playing here. So let's go ahead and finish up with this. Kit Kats. What do you know about ghost notes? Ooh, I know that once a note dies. Let's talk about that. Yeah, it is super inventive, and it's super like never ending. Absolutely. What about the first album you ever owned? So since we're talking about, like, you know, we're talking about the big people, you know what I mean? Like, what are some of the first albums you ever bought or owned? From your favorite guitar. We could keep it guitar related, but it really could be any genre, anything, you know, because it's all like 99% learning music is listening to music, right? So we have two songs to talk about, and we're going to kind of like finish up with where we began this week. We began by talking about the C major triad, and we started with hello, 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 right, the C, E, G, and then we played it in different places across the neck, and in different inversions across the neck, different flavors. All right, so we have this going for us right at the moment. And, you know, these are great things to know how to play. I want to know how to play all of the C major chords anywhere on the guitar. So I have, you know, for example, like C, E, and G. And we've been talking about, you know, contiguous strings, right? But we can also talk about, as we did a lot through our Ted Green chord chemistry journey, which we're still on, right? We're still highly engaged with this chord chemistry series. But this C, you know, the E, the C, and then the G is, you know, I have this fourth finger here on the E, fret 7, finger 1 on fret, or finger 2 on fret 5 on the G string, finger 1 on fret 3 on the B string, a high E string. Jeez, let me get my strings right here. All right, so those notes, if I'm playing E, C, G, if I wanted to go to the 4 chord, I could go to F, C, A. So now I'm thinking in terms of now, what about G7? You know, I could do G7 or G with a common tone on the top. And then I could use a C, G, and an E on the top of that, right? Which is basically the same idea, but in a different string set, right? Let's take a look at this, you know, as if it were you know, a Bobby Dylan chord progression. C, E minor, and then D minor 7, and G. And then I'm going to use so we have a lot of latitude where we can play these notes, and we can, as long as we're sort of outlining roughly the changes. So for example, C in Wagon Wheel. So, and then so knowing where those triads live across the guitar neck is pretty helpful, pretty fun thing to be able to do. So what are the chords? I've got to call out each chord name as I play them so that I can, number one, know exactly which chord I'm supposed to be playing over, and I can keep my place in the form of the song. So for example, if we played Wagon Wheel in the key of C, which I don't know if I ever have, maybe I have, I'm not sure. So I have a C, and then a G, and then I have an A minor, and then I have an F, and then I have a C, and back to G, Mama Rock Me, and then maybe a 4, back to C, and then G, and then A minor, and then F, and then C, back to G. So let me say what I'm playing out loud. This is super helpful for all of us, I think. I'm missing some comments here. Sorry, let's go. Great question. Blues, pentatonic, cool notes, got those. Yeah, blues and the inventive, yes. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. What do I know about ghost notes? Let's talk about those ghost notes. Best album ever, love it. Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's really work, a very, very large work. Use Your Illusion is great. 3-set start to finish album. You know what? I've never listened to that all the way through in its entirety. I'm going to do that this weekend. Thank you, Fish. Saravan, good morning. Saravan the Great said hi. Good morning. Please play Highway to Hell. What a great tune. And I love how they just kind of ride out those D, you know, and they just kind of give you another place to go, and then and they hold you and they elevate you, and then the drummer just kind of breaks it apart, boom, turns the beat inside out, and then straighten it right out to the right back into the riff, like straight. It's like you're on the highway, the Autobahn. You've got 80 kilometers, no problem. 90 kilometers, 105, no problem. You're just gone. You know, great stuff. Thanks for bringing that up to us. You know, please play Highway. That's great. So inspiring. All right, so let's talk about ghost notes for a minute. I'm not sure if Kit Kats is still with us, but we'll talk about ghost notes a little bit as we wrap it up. And then, so let's talk about it, you know, in the framework of C, F, G, A minor, and F. C, and then G, and then F for 2 bars. So a ghosted note is something that, you know what, let's do this. You guys hang right there for a second. I'm going to go grab I see if I can find we'll wrap it up with this new thing. It's the Harvard Dictionary of music. So let me see if there's actual definition from Harvard on this. I'll be right with you. I'm still here. I think this is a great opportunity to do so. All right, so here's the book, and it's a good one. You know, the Harvard Dictionary of Music, and it looks like this without the cover. I just try to keep it in its binder, and I keep it in the bookshelf, so it's actually pretty well cared for. You know, there's not much going here, but let's see if we can get a real quick. Let's see what we have for information on Ghost Note. I don't see anything from Ghost Note here. I see it works right around it. I see Ghost Dance, an American Indian religious movement from Nevada that, together with a distinctive musical style, was widely adopted by peoples of the plains. 1890. The songs have small range and paired phrase from, it's like AABB or AABBCC as a song format. But, and then I see Ghost Trio, and that's about it for Ghost in here. So the Ghost Note would be, let me just kind of, let's just kind of continue to divine this for the last minute. I'm keeping you over, and I don't want to keep you over, but I do want to, I just do want to address this real quick. First album, Glass House, is Billy Joel. Wow, this is Highway to Heaven. Oh yeah, Feed the Hungry, Dress the Poor. That could be fun. Boy, you're really, you're an engineering type, aren't you? Yes, you are. That's great. All right, so if you're writing some tunes, Mr. M. Fish, that's, love to hear those. Do it. Yeah, do it up. Yeah, do it. All right. So the Ghost Note, I'm just thinking like a Ghost Note might be something that the note is, I want to hear a note attack on the downbeat. To, da, da, right? Doon, doon, ka, doon, ka, doon. So maybe the Ghost Note is, maybe we're approaching it's like the notes in between the notes. There's, you know, that's a fair interpretation, I think. The notes between the notes that lead up to the notes that aren't always, you know, deliberately stated. They're deliberately unstated. Anyway, thank you very much for being here with us today. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Keep an eye on the channel for the weekend as we release more fun videos and more fun guitar stuff. And I'll end with this. The musician's prayer. You're given the words, Lord, or you've given me the words, Lord, and the music, and a song of life that's new and unrehearsed. You've given me the joy that makes my heart sing, even though at times the tears come first. You've given me the theme for my existence, and I will sing your glory all my days. For now, Lord, and forever, be my music and make my life a symphony of praise. All right. Amen. We'll see you guys again soon. I hope you all have a super day and a super weekend. I'll see you Monday at 7:30 a.m. Eastern. And until we meet again, I wish you happy picking.